So yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we have done this, and then you, as you can see there, that rather than the massive binary division, this is with the leper colony. This is with the principle of confinement and segregation. So what Foucault is saying here, rather than the massive binary division between one set of people and another, it called for multiple separations, individualizing distributions. You see, what does it mean to say individualizing distributions? An organization in depth of surveillance and control, and intensification and a ramification of power. So it is not just that power is just imposed from above. No, there's an intensification of power, and it is not that there is a binary division, someone using the power and someone on whom the power is used. No, it is not a binary thing. Instead, there are multiple separations. And the distributions can also be individualized. So you see, this is a model in which your individuality, your individual, whatever you want to call it, uniqueness, is not really suppressed, but it is kind of invited to come out and play, come out and bring that to some kind of a activation, excitation, of your individualized creativity, of your powers and all of that. So, and then it says the leper was caught up in a practice of rejection, of exile and enclosure. He was left to his doom in a mass among which it was useless to differentiate. There was no differentiation. So, it was like painting black on black. It was like an undifferentiated kind of a crowd from the viewpoint of power, as in, of course, within that crowd, of course, in the leper colony, or you can think of, in the earlier, before these modern techniques of disciplinary power come, before that, say, the monarchy, or in the earlier period, also you had this kind of this particular form of, not prison, but whatever kind of confinement was done. Say in India, maybe we can say during the Mughal period, you had the Tekhana, right? Tekhana hota tha. Tekhana hota hai na,
Yes,
the
sir.
dungeon kind of a thing, right? So within that,
So
so it's from the viewpoint of power that there is no differentiation. Those sick of the plague were caught up in a meticulous. Now look at this. I think earlier also I pointed this out. A meticulous tactical partitioning. What kind of a partitioning? Not a flat, dumb, uneconomical, inefficient partitioning, which is a binary division, but a meticulous tactical partitioning. What does tactical mean?
skillful.
Yeah, more,
So something
that there
that
is
is
some.
strategically planned.
That's right, strategically planned. This is now, but of course, here it's not like some human being or some king or someone is planning. No, that's not the kind of strategic planning. But the very setup is such. You see, it is about putting up such a condition, such an arrangement and distribution of things and humans, and materials, right? It is a particular configuration of bodies, things, relations, nature, such that such an effect is happening, comes into effect. So it's not like, say, the tactical partitioning is done by some human being who is planning all these things. Then again, you are back to the earlier notion of power, which is where the sovereign power is vested in the king or some such titular head, right? Then again, you don't have the notion of capillary power. But we are talking about capillary power. Remember, everyone, capillary.
Yes, sir.
What is capillary power? So The exile of the leper and the arrest of the plague do not bring with them the same political dream. I think we did this, right? This thing about the political dream. Hello. Oh yeah, Udar.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Because I can't see you because I'm with this text. I can't see the screen. So you have to keep making some sounds, you know, as in keep telling me when I ask you something. So let's go to this main section on Bentham's Panopticon. Let's read up a little bit on this, and then we will take it from there. So you can see the text, all of you, right? The text visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why doesn't um, someone read this? Who is this? Rapunga Daniel? Are you there? Daniel, Rapunga Daniel?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Okay, yeah. Can you read this text? Do you have the text? Can you see it?
I can't say it, sir. It's being blocked.
No, you can see it now. Yeah. So read this. Bentham's Panopticon.
So do I
Can
have
you
to
see
read
it?
from the back? Yeah, yes, sir. I can say it.
Yeah. Carry on. Read it.
Okay. Bentham's Panopticon is the architectural figure of this composition. We know the principle on which it was based. At the periphery, an annular building, at the center, a tower. This tower is pierced with wide windows that open onto the inner side of the ring. The peripheric building is divided into cells, each of which extend the whole width of the building. They have two windows, one on the inside, corresponding to the windows of the tower. The other, on the outer side, allows the light to cross the cell from one end to the other.
Okay,
All
so
that
we
is
get a
needed.
picture here of the building, right? So at the periphery from the outside, that is when you look at it, it's annular. That means it's a circular thing, like the ring that you put on a finger. It's round like that. At the center, there's a tower. There's a picture, right, in this book. Is there a picture in this book? I thought there's a picture in this book. है picture कहीं भाई इसमें?
Sir,
Has
No,
actually,
anybody?
sir.
it's chapter.
No?
Not
Huh?
in this. Sir, I don't think so. It's there in this particular chapter.
Achha, it's somewhere else. Okay.
Somewhere.
Yeah, but you guys know the picture, you know, right? So it is kind of round like this, and then the at the center is a tower. But what is interesting is from the outside, you know, when you see there are these huge windows that throw a light that goes through the room, touching the person inside, and then it comes to the tower. So light travels from one end of the window, enters the central dome on which the tower is there, and also flashes onto the other side, the window on the other side. So it's full of light. It's a very spacious, airy, I don't know airy, but a lot of light, full of light building. That's a kind of plan, right? You know, so yeah. Um, uh, yeah, read on. Yeah, carry on reading. Yeah, can you? Yeah, keep
Yes,
reading.
yes, sir. All that I can't read it.
Yeah.
All that is needed then is to place a supervisor in a central tower and to shut up in each cell a madman, a patient, a condemned man, a worker, or a schoolboy. By the effect of backlighting, one can observe from the tower, standing out precisely against the light, the small captive shadows in the cells of the periphery. They are like so many cages, so many small theaters in which each actor is alone, perfectly individualized, and constantly visible.
So
The
again, you see
panop-
your individuality is in some senses not challenged. Rather, you are actually individualized. Unlike the
okay,
undifferentiated character of confinement in a leper colony, right? Yeah, carry on.
all right. The panoptic mechanism arranges spatial unites that make it possible to
Unities,
see
unities,
unities that
unities.
sorry sir unities that make it possible to see constantly and to recognize immediately. In short, it reverses the principle of the dungeon, or rather of its three functions: to enclose, to deprive of light, and to hide. It preserves only the first and eliminates the other two. Full lighting and the eye of a supervisor capture better than darkness, which ultimately protected. Visibility is sorry, visibility is a trap.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So what is this ultimately protected? So the darkness in a dungeon, that ultimately protected. That means you wouldn't be subject to the kind of regulation and modulation and those tactical partitioning and multiple uh, points in which there is a focus on you, on the human being, on the body. That is not possible because of darkness, because otherwise darkness doesn't have a positive connotation, right? We usually say from darkness to light. Say if you go to the Bible or anything, they will say from darkness to light. We all want to go towards light. We don't want to go to the dark, dingy. The dark, dingy is like really something which we want to get out of, and we want to go to light. रोशनी के तरफ जाना चाहता है ना इंसान तो, because there is a positive connotation. But here, it is as though the darkness was protecting you. Protecting you from what? From the kind of disciplinary mechanism of power. So in a way, again, the things are kind of reversed here. And visibility is a trap. That you're constantly visible, that is a trap. Right? So the sentence says full lighting and the eye of a supervisor capture better than darkness, which ultimately protected. Visibility is a trap. And then we see that further, this is a reference to the painting of Goya, was a very famous painter, and he used to show all these swarming masses, the crowds of people, I mean, particularly in India, we're very aware of crowds of people. You go to Rajiv Chowk metro station during rush hour, you will see a lot of crowds. You will see crowds in our melas and in the Kumbh Mela and everything, right? But here, in the disciplinary mechanism of power, that kind of a random, unplanned intermingling of bodies is not really taken up, right? Rather, there is a individualized kind of a thing here, where there has to be a very focused regulation of each human being, of each body. Um, so, and then you will see in this passage, he is seen, but he does not see. He's the object of information, never a subject in communication. The arrangement of his room opposite the central tower imposes on him an axial visibility, but the divisions of the ring, those separated cells, imply a lateral invisibility. That means one person cannot see, one person who is in a cell cannot see another person who is in a nearby cell. In some senses, you can say that those lateral divisions are very much in effect, say, in any colony in Delhi. If you go to any colony in Delhi, what do you see? You see these buildings on both sides of the road, in which the house opens onto the road and then it opens on the back side. The neighbors' houses which are next to your house, it is divided by a long wall, and then there is no window. So there are these long, elongated houses, one after another, opens onto the door. The balcony is usually just above the road, right? From where aunties will tell the sabji wala ki bhai sabji de do, नीचे में रेडी वाला is going, and ऊपर से आवाज देता है, तो उस तरफ खुल रहा है, सड़क के तरफ, और पीछे खुलता है बिल्कुल, तो दोनों तरफ नहीं खुल रहा है, क्योंकि वो lateral invisibility है. So your interaction with your neighbors is as little as possible, and that's what guarantees order. That's what guarantees social division. That's what in a way you can say guarantees, to use a more banal term, atomization of individuals or something like that, you know. So Foucault says that this, and that is in fact the panopticon model. You can say that Delhi colonies means क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं, कुछ भी, कटवरिया, सराय, और क्या क्या कॉलोनी है भाई दिल्ली में, कोई भी कॉलोनी है, वसंत कुंज और डिफेंस कॉलोनी, मालवीय नगर. If you go to any of the colonies, you will see that there are strong elements of the panopticon that is used, you know. And I'm not even talking about, say, malls or something. You go to Select City Walk Mall, you can see a lot of elements of the panopticon, right? And that is a visibility of order, is a guarantee of order. Invisibility is a invisibility in between, from one person to the other, that kind of invisibility that we are talking about. If the inmates are convicts, there is no danger of a plot. You know, you have all these things about people in jail. कैदी लोग जो होते हैं, वो आपस में मिलके फिर वो जेल तोड़ते हैं ना, तोड़ के निकल जाते हैं. ये जो उस ढंग का भी इसमें संभावना नहीं है कि कैदी सब मिलके आपस में फिर वो जेल से फरार हो जाते हैं, तोड़ के अंदर में सुरंग खोद लेते हैं, है ना, खुद के फिर वो फरार हो जाते हैं, वो भी इसमें पॉसिबल नहीं है. So there is no danger of a plot and attempt to at collective escape. एक बार दिल्ली के कॉलोनी में घुस गए तो फिर वहां से वापस जाना नहीं है, जहां से आए वहां आप वापस नहीं जाओगे. एक तरीके से आप मेटाफोरिकली इसको ऐसा भी समझ सकते, भाई जो दिल्ली में एक बार आके फंस गया वो फिर कहीं कभी निकलेगा नहीं. वो बोलेगा सर मेरा एमए हो गया, अब मुझे एमफिल करना है, मुझे यहीं बसाना है. ये भी एक पैनोप्टिकन का ही एक सिडक्शन है ये. सो अच्छा, फिर अभी आप लोगों का थोड़ा है हूँ, कुछ आवाज नहीं आ रहा है, थोड़ा आवाज दीजिए. आप लोग हैं सब, आवाज आ रहा है मेरा?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ.
सर थोड़ा सा और इजी एक्सप्लेन करते सर. हेलो
क्या हुआ
सर, थोड़ा कम समझ में आया मेरे को.
मैंने ज्यादा इजी एक्सप्लेन कर दिया?
नहीं है, थोड़ा सा इजी एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए. और सर
अब इससे इजी क्या हो रहा है भाई, इससे इजी क्या सकते? दिल्ली का कॉलोनी के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ. दिल्ली देखे हो? अभी कहाँ रहते हो आप?
यस दिल्ली में सर.
दिल्ली का कोई कॉलोनी देखे हो क्या?
यस सर, देखा है.
तो वहाँ पे मकान कैसा है बताओ?
सर मकान तो बड़े बड़े ऊंचे मकान है सर यहाँ पर.
तो कॉलोनी में ऐसा मकान नहीं है, सामने की तरफ खुलता है, पीछे की तरफ खुलता है, दोनों तरफ को ना खिड़की है ना कुछ है, तो वो लैटरल एक तरह का वॉल है कि नहीं? वो देखा है कि नहीं?
यस देखा है.
हाँ, तो वही तो बोल रहे हैं फूको, वही है पैनोप्टिकॉन का मॉडल. आपस में कोई बात ना करे, कुछ ना करे, ऐसा ही तो है ना. सिर्फ सामने में जाओ, अपना सब्जी खरीदो, फिर अंदर जाओ, टीवी देखो, अपना फेसबुक करो. हाँ
यस सर.
हाँ.
थैंक यू सर.
सो या तो अब तो हम लोगों को पता है, ये फूको कुछ नया बात नहीं बोल रहा है. जो हमारा एक्सपीरियंस, जो हमारा अनुभव, जो हम देख रहे हैं ना, उसी चीज को यहाँ बोला है. तो आपको ये चीज से आपको मुश्किल लगता है कि क्यों वही बोल रहा है जो आपको पता है. तो आपको लगता है कि हो सकता है कुछ और बोल रहा होगा जो आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा हो. ऐसा कुछ है नहीं, आपको समझ में आने वाला चीज ही बोला जा रहा है. तो
सर
बस आप लोगों को
Sir, can I ask?
अच्छा, hold on. Can do you और पढ़ लेते? Do you want to ask anything from the text?
Yes, sir.
सर visibility of is a trap, ये समझा दीजिए सर एक बार.
हाँ, तो विजिबिलिटी तो ट्रैप है ना. जो एक बोलता है ना, जो डरा वो सो मरा, सुने हो?
यस सर.
हाँ, ये इसी टाइप का है. जो दिखा फिर उसी को तो पकड़ते हैं ना. ट्रैक में आ जाओगे, कहीं बच के नहीं निकल पाओगे. हाँ, विजिबिलिटी तो ट्रैप है ना. अंधेरा में तुमको, खंडर में तुमको डंजन में रखा जाता तो अपना जो मर्जी वहां करते तुम. हाँ, है ना. अब पूरा अच्छा बिल्डिंग में रखा है, खा के पिला के, हाँ, सब कुछ अच्छा है, तो वहां तो तुमको तो फिर प्रोडक्टिव होना पड़ेगा ना. हाँ, जैसे सोचो बिजली गया तो तुम कल बहाना कर लोगे ना कि अपना टीचर को, अपना बॉस को, कि सर बिजली नहीं था तो मैं कर नहीं पाया, सॉरी सर काम. बस तुम अपना निकल लिए अपना. अब बिजली है तो क्या करोगे? बोलेगा बिजली भी था, सब कुछ था, तुमको नेट भी दिया है, फिर भी तुम काम नहीं कर पाए. तो विजिबिलिटी डार्कनेस का तो एक कवर होता है ना. जो कैपिटल है, जो पूंजीवाद है, वो हमेशा लाइट में होता है. वो मैं हमेशा सोचा हूँ कि ये ऑफिसेस वगैरह में, एयरपोर्ट्स वगैरह में इतना रोशनी में क्यों रखता है सब कुछ. आप जाइए तो कोई भी कमर्शियल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट देखिएगा, इतना ज्यादा लाइट होता है. आप दुकान सब में भी जाइए, जहाँ बिजनेस करते हैं ना लोग, इतना ज्यादा लाइट. आपको लगता है कि इतना ज्यादा लाइट क्यों है? विजिबिलिटी का एक कनेक्शन है यहाँ. हाँ, अब बताइए
सर लेकिन
कौन,
5
somebody
स्टार
was
होटल में तो डिम लाइट होती है.
हाँ, वो अंदर जाने के बाद फिर डिम लाइट होता है. एग्जैक्टली. वहाँ फिर कंट्रोल्ड एक एटमॉस्फेयर के अंदर में आप जब घुस जाते हैं, once a select few are there, then again I think the dim light works there, right? या कौन क्या पूछ
So
रही थी?
question.
there was another.
Sir, me, Satrashika.
uh,
Sir, in the text, we see that Bentham talks about this panopticon architecture. So, where he explains the thing that there is the circular ring and the tower is in the middle, and the people from the tower can put a surveillance over the people. So, sir, was this architecture that Bentham is talking about, was this a hypothesized architecture or something like this was already
okay,
present there?
we'll come to that later. Okay, go back again to this page 201. I thought you'll ask something from the text. So here is a term here, like here you can see, in view of this, please see this text that is on your screen. In view of this, Bentham laid down the principle that power should be visible and unverifiable. What is this? Power should be unverifiable. That means somebody is actually not somebody. We should refrain from using the somebody language, because again that takes you away from the capillary notion. So let me put it this way. Whether or not I am subject to power, I shouldn't be able to verify that. I shouldn't be able to check for sure whether I am being a subject of power. It shouldn't be verifiable, right? And that means power should be visible but unverifiable, so that even if I am not being watched, I should imagine that I am being watched, right? So that, and that leads to a kind of a efficiency, and it's very economical for power, because then even if there is no, okay, for example, even if the CCTV camera is not working, you will assume that it is working. It's like the placebo effect. I was told that in homeopathy, you go to a doctor. So homeopathy doctor, you go and you tell him, this has happened to me, I am having this headache or something, stomach ache, and then the doctor gives you a medicine. You take the medicine for a week, and you come back and you the doctor asks you, how are you? And you say, oh, sir, thank you, very fine, the medicine is actually working. But it turns out that actually those were just those sugar balls, you know, and it had no medicine at all. But it was a psychological thing. It is a placebo thing, right? You assume that you are taking some medicine and it had psychologically you felt nice. It's something like that. So whether or not there was actually medicine or not, you can't verify, but it will work precisely because you cannot verify. So it's unverifiable, which is different from the earlier model of power because you are constantly around, surrounded by a wall or something. You are in a dungeon, you are confined. Confinement you can sense. But if you are set free and you are freely roaming around the streets, then in what sense are you not free? Right? So power is working on you in an unverifiable way. So this is one thing you need to keep in mind. So, and then focus as unverifiable. The inmate must never know whether he is being looked at any one moment, but he must be sure that he may always be so. In order to make the presence or absence of the inspector unverifiable so that the prisoners in their cells cannot even see a shadow, Bentham envisaged not only Venetian blinds. I think those are the ones that you use in buildings, no? घरों में भी आता है ना, अभी ये blinds use करते हैं लोग.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah,
can
yeah.
we
Tell me.
sir,
Yeah.
sir, can we compare this to the surveillance system that we see today in the contemporary world in China?
Hold on. Please stick to the text. Let's try to understand the text. We'll come to the general questions later. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Bentham envisaged not only Venetian blinds on the windows of the central observation hall, but on the inside, partitions that intersected the hall at this thing, blah, blah, blah. Now let's go further down. I'm just highlighting certain portions here. Okay, so here it says the panopticon is a machine for dissociating that the sea being seen dyad. In the peripheric ring, one is totally seen without ever seeing. In the central tower, one sees everything without ever being seen. So someone in the central tower can see everything, but that person will not be seen by anybody else. But in the peripheric ring, where the subject or where the one who is objectified by power is kept, in the peripheric ring, one is totally seen without ever seeing, because you can only see what is visible through the window. So you can't really see beyond that, but you are totally seen. So what is happening is that the C and B being seen dyad, you know, that binary, you know, that is dismantled. Say, imagine you are being punished by a king. In the king, you can see, no, the king can see you, you can see the king. So you see as well as you are being seen. In a way, there is some kind of a parity there, you know. It is not psychologically unnerving. You will just say, Maharaj, मुझे मुझे फांसी का सजा मत दीजिए. ये आप साफ है, रिश्ता साफ है कि वो महाराज है और आप प्रजा हैं. वो आपके ऊपर शासन कर रहे हैं और आप शासित है, तो उसमें तो क्लियर है मामला. और कौन आपको देख रहा है? अब राजा आपको आपके ऊपर नजर लगाए हुए हैं और वो चाहे तो आपको माफ भी कर सकते हैं. ये बिल्कुल क्लियर है कौन आपको देख रहा है और आप क्या देख रहे हैं. लेकिन ये वाला जो है डिसिप्लिनरी मैकेनिज्म में वो साफ नहीं है. आपको कौन देख रहा है, कौन मतलब व्यक्ति हिसाब से सिर्फ नहीं, जो पावर का जो सिस्टम है, जैसे होता है कि जैसे सोचे सीसीटीवी कैमरा आपको रिकॉर्ड कर रहा है. ऐसा नहीं कि वो जो रिकॉर्डिंग हो रहा है उसको कोई व्यक्ति देख रहा हो, ये जरूरी नहीं है. जरूरी होता है क्या वो? इसलिए जब वो घटना के बाद ना फिर वो बोलता है कि अच्छा यहाँ बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ है, तब फिर कोई उस दिन का उस टाइम का जो रिकॉर्डिंग है उसको फिर कोई बंदा देखता है. तो ऐसा नहीं कि दैट मीन्स, यू नो, इट इज डी इंडिविजुएटेड, that there does not need to be a person really in the tower. The tower is in that sense symbolic here. It's not that there has to be someone. Just building a tower is okay, you know, so just a CCTV camera, even if it doesn't work, you know, so you don't need a CCTV camera for you to feel the gaze on you. That is precisely the point. And that also means that it's economical, it's efficient. And that's why you'll see in the next line here it is written, it is an important mechanism for it automatizes and individualizes power. So it's not about an individual, it's not about the Prime Minister Narendra Modi doing this to you. No, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also, being the Prime Minister, he is just presiding over a larger mechanism and technology of power. What I, in that video, I have titled, you know, taking a phrase from Foucault, the physics of power. That is already set. And as you can see, Foucault is taking us back to 17th century. So it's not like Narendra Modi is doing it. It's not like Joe Biden is doing it. It's not like Vladimir Putin is doing it. Of course, they are doing it. But what you see is that Foucault is trying to highlight that particular mechanism which is already in place. So we'll just read this sentence. I hope all of you are with me. Let's read a little bit, right? And then we'll come back to a lot of your questions. Power has its principle not so much in a person as in a certain concerted distribution. As in a certain concerted, now look at this again, a concerted distribution of bodies, surfaces, lights, gazes. Now here you have, you might say, a proper this thing of the capillary power, right? This is the, I'll also put it in the chat box for you guys so that right, this is in a way you can say is a not so much person as in a certain it is a thoda spelling mistake हुआ है in a certain concerted distribution. So, and this is what I'm again pleading to you guys again and again, even from right from the beginning, I'm telling you, it is also about trying to instill a particular habit of thought, you know, not always thinking in terms of top down, not always thinking in terms of from point A to point B, not always thinking in terms of, you know, I was giving you that example of the motor which pushes water up into the tank on the terrace of the building. So it's not like there's a force being applied and then things move. No, but we are talking in terms of a capillary movement of addition and cohesion of molecules. So we are really breaking it down. And that's why there is this thing about the multiple points of regulation and modulation rather than just being pushed as though by a JCB dumper into a kind of a enclosed space of the great confinement, right? So you see that we are then talking about a particular distribution of, so in at one level, okay, you know, you guys are more familiar with Marx and his ideas about capitalism. So for Marx also, what is capitalism? It's also at one level, you can say, it is a particular way in which workers, raw materials, capital, distribution systems, supply chains, all of that is distributed in a particular way, right? It's a concerted distribution of bodies, surfaces, lights, and gazes. So you can say the same thing of say about a city. You know, I can totally describe a city in terms of lights and gazes, and similarly define a village or describe a village in terms of just lights and gazes and surfaces and bodies and how they are distributed. So the way, say, bodies are distributed once you have, say, a metro train in a city is very different than the way bodies were distributed when there were no metro trains. You know, the speed with which, say, bodies are circulating within a city once metro comes, it's very different than the way it was circulating, say, when you had only buses. In fact, a lot of people, older people, you know, in Delhi will tell you that, oh, earlier I used to live in Chhatarpur, and from Chhatarpur I used to go to North Campus Delhi University, and it used to take 2 hours, and now I take the metro and it takes me there in 1 hour. So if at a macro level, if you look at this, then Delhi city can also be described as a particular distribution and circulation of bodies in a particular, at a particular speed and velocity, and in a particular duration of time that it takes, right? So think about it in that way. So power here is a certain concerted distribution of bodies, surfaces, lights, gazes, in an arrangement whose internal mechanisms produce the relation in which individuals are caught up. So individuals are caught up themselves in it. So it's not like there is someone shoving it from above. It's not somebody's pushing and imposing these things always. Of course, that is there. I'm not saying that is not there. So state power is there, army is there, brutal police is there, you know, Singhu border may, all those sharp nails that were put on the road, that is there, you know. You know, military tanks are there. Those are all things that use coercive top-down violence. And yet there is also this mechanism of power. So then look at the second line. The ceremonies, the rituals, the marks by which the sovereign's surplus power is manifested are useless. Yeah, there's some disturbance. What happened? Okay. You can hear me? You can hear
Yes,
me?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. थोड़ा सा और पढ़ लेते हैं, and
Yes,
then we'll do this. Yeah. The ceremonies, the rituals, the marks by which the sovereign's surplus power was manifested are useless. You see, in a earlier system, say under monarchy or something, you know, the ceremonies and rituals, those were most important. The Maharaja will dress like this, and he will have his wojo, you know, all those things that they have, and and then the crown कहते हैं ना उसको, जो सर में लगाते हैं, the crown, you know, and all kinds of rituals will be there, all kinds of things, you know, वो यज्ञ वगैरह करते, क्या करते, you know, all kinds of rituals that are there for the king. And the dress is also elaborate dress, right? And then they are in this palace, and coronation ceremony, you know, all kinds of things. But now you don't need all of that, you know. So when it comes to the sovereign surplus power, it is not through the manifestation of the king's splendor and the huge palace and the huge throne through which the surplus power is manifested. There is a machinery that assures dissymmetry, disequilibrium, difference. Consequently, it does not matter who exercises power. Any individual, taken almost at a random, can operate the machine. In the absence of the director, his family, his friends, his visitors, even his servants, because the basic system is already in place. So even the servants can manage that. Okay. Yeah. So, and look at this term here called homogeneous effects of power. In the same para, towards the end, the panopticon is a marvelous machine which, whatever use one may wish to put it to, produce homogeneous effects of power. What does that mean? And then it says, a real subjection is born mechanically from a fictitious relation. You know, let me give you example, a stupid example, but I think it will clarify things. होता है ना कि imagine there is a big गुंडा, हाँ, एक शहर में बहुत बड़ा गुंडा है, तो वो बहुत अत्याचार किया लोगों को, तरह तरह का यातनाएं दिया उसने, गब्बर टाइप का कुछ ऐसा गुंडे हैं, गब्बर सिंह टाइप का है, you know. इवन दो गब्बर सिंह के बारे में अभी लोग बोल रहे हैं कि भाई ये तो एक्चुअली दलितों के ऊपर जो जिस ढंग से एक दलितों को गलत ढंग से दिखाया जाता है, हाँ, तो वो हुआ है शोले फिल्म में, है ना, ये भी बात आया है ना भाई सामने में।
यस सर।
तो हाँ, तो इसलिए वो जो एक तमिल फिल्म बना है ना, हाँ, क्या था वो फिल्म जो रजनीकांत जिसमें है, रजनीकांत का एक फिल्म नहीं था, काला काला करके शायद ना।
हाँ हाँ काला सर।
हाँ, तो काला फिल्म में क्या है बताओ। देखा है किसी ने?
नहीं पूरा नहीं देखे।
एनीबडी वॉच द फिल्म काला?
सर कालिया का सर कालिया देखिए, काला पता नहीं है।
किसका है वो? रजनीकांत है?
अमिताभ बच्चन।
ओ अच्छा, नहीं कालिया नहीं यार, वो कहाँ तुम लोग। हाँ, ये जो पीए रंजित का है ना, पीए रंजित।
सर देखी नहीं है, प्लॉट पड़ा है सर।
हाँ, पीए रंजित का है शायद। हाँ, तो उसमें ये है कि भाई शोले में जो डिपिक्शन हुआ है ना इनका, जो डकैत का, उसमें तो बोला है कि वो तो एक्चुअली एक निचले जाति के लोगों को गलत नेगेटिव परसेप्शन से दिखाया गया है। हाँ, क्योंकि वो ठाकुर था ना, जो 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 वो जो जिसका हाथ कटा हुआ होता है, जिसका एक रंजिशी दुश्मन है गब्बर के साथ, है ना, तो
हाँ सर।
वो कास्ट एंगल, हाँ, वो बोला है। हाँ, तो एनीवेज, तो मैं जो एग्जांपल दे रहा था, तो ऐसा कोई बड़ा खूंखार गुंडा है, तो उसको अब कोई सब लोग उससे डरते हैं, है ना, कोई उसके सामने बोल नहीं पाता है। तो ऐसा हुआ कि सोचो किसी ने जिसको पता नहीं है कि कितना बड़ा गुंडा है, कोई बाहर से आया हुआ, उसने उसको एक लगा दिया, सोचो पूरा शहर के बीच में, है, सभी के सामने में, या उसको मार ही दिया, या उसको एकदम पीट दिया भारी सभा में सभी के सामने में। तो सडनली सबको लगेगा अरे ये तो इतना बड़ा गुंडा, तो हम लोग तो फिर बस अंदर में वो डर लेके हम लोग जी रहे थे, ये तो कुछ नहीं है है ना। ऐसा हो जाता है ना कभी कभी, तो वो तो यानी कि एक फिक्टिशियस रिलेशन था। फिक्टिशियस रिलेशन में तुम वो अस्यूम करके चल रहे थे कि
एक
ये
इल्यूजन।
बहुत, हाँ, एक फिक्टिशियस रिलेशन है। अब तो कुछ उस ढंग का है, लेकिन एग्जैक्टली उस ढंग का नहीं है इसमें, जैसे मैंने बोला तुमको पहले, ये मेरा दिस इज अ बैड एग्जांपल आई वाज गिविंग, बट जस्ट टू गिव यू द सेंस। तो एक फिक्टिशियस रिलेशन है ये, क्या, ये डिसिप्लिनरी मैकेनिज्म, बट fictitious in the sense that anytime, of course, it can assume a real form. That threat is there, right? But most of the time, say you are not being watched, but you will, because the setup is such that you could still be watched. So you will assume that you are being continuously watched, even though you are not being continuously watched. So you are basically doing the work for power because you assume that that subjection is still working. So it's a fictitious relation, but a real subjection is born out of it. A real subjection is born mechanically from a fictitious relation. So it is not necessary. It's a bit like the US today, United States. I think US today is really weakened itself for different reasons, not just because Trump was there, but for different reasons, the West as a whole, with the rise of India, with the rise of China, with the rise of, say, the third world more generally. But still, US has that kind of a power. So Rihanna will do one tweet, and Twitter itself is coming out of America. So it still feels like there is this power, which might be fictitious, and yet that produces effects of real subjection, right? So it is not necessary to use force to constrain the convict to good behavior, the madman to calm, the worker to work, the schoolboy to application, the patient to the observation of the regulations. Bentham was surprised that panoptic institutions could be so light. There are no bars, no more heavy chains, no more heavy locks. All that was needed was that the separations should be clear and the openings well arranged. This is a nice sentence here. This is a nice sentence here. People, इसको पढ़िए. पढ़ रहे हैं इसको? Rapunga, Daniel, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read this portion that I have highlighted.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
yeah.
Mm. Bentham was surprised that Panoptic Institution could be so light. There were no more bars, no more chains, no more heavy locks. All that was all that was needed was that the separation should be clear and the openings well arranged. The heaviness of the old houses of security, with their fortress-like architecture, could be replaced by the simple economic geometry of a house of certainty.
Thank you. It's so clear, right? It's absolutely clear. भाई बताओ सभी लोग. Isn't that
Sir, I have a
amazingly
question.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everything is clear. Now let's go to some questions, preferably from the text. Please focus on the text. You can, of course, always ask general questions. I guess we have some time for that. But yeah, बताइए. मैं भी थोड़ा रेस्ट करता हूँ. बहुत बोल लिया आज.
Sir, I have a question. Hello.
Yes, Akanksha Yadav. No, who is this? Akanksha. कौन?
Asavri.
Huh?
Sir, Asavri.
Asavri. Okay, I don't know from where it is popping. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
please go ahead.
yes, sir. So there's this line in Foucault's text. Any individual taken almost at random.
Which line, which page?
Sir, it's on page number 202.
Okay, yeah, we are on that page.
Yes, sir. And this, yes, sir, we've just read this. Any individual taken almost at random can operate the machine in the absence of the director, his family, his friends, his visitors, even his servants. So,
Yeah.
sir, does it mean by this line that each individual is responsible for the existence of this machinery, which is in operation, and whose source of power is unidentifiable? Like, if every individual is responsible for creating this sort of machinery where uh, the source of power is unidentifiable and they're being
This
oppressed.
one. This you read. You read this one. You read this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This one.
Yeah, so anybody can operate it, you know. Manmohan Singh was there, the state was as repressive, Modi is there. Well, levels of repression have maybe gone up a little bit, but roughly the same, you know. So anyone, एक मौन मौन व्रत रखने वाला इंसान मनमोहन सिंह और बहुत ही मन की बात हमेशा बताते रहने वाले 56 इंच वाले इंसान में तो ज्यादा फर्क नहीं है ना, क्योंकि वो बेसिक सिस्टम तो ऑलरेडी है इन प्लेस, राइट? दिस टेक्निक्स एंड मैकेनिज्म्स ऑफ पावर. अजीत डोभाल तो था ना उस टाइम भी और अभी भी है. हाँ?
Sir, I didn't get the point. Then who is being oppressed? If everybody is responsible for this machinery, then who's
Uh,
oppressed and who's being oppressed?
That's what we need to ask. We need to ask this question. You're right. Very valid question to ask. Very valid question to ask. Very valid question. Yeah, because again, it's in the, what is that? It's unverifiable. That means nobody will take responsibility. You see, basically the juridical framework falls down because the juridical framework works in terms of evidence, even the constitutional framework of rights and all that, right? Which is a kind of a juridical process. Rights, liberty, constitution, these are actually based on evidence. These are actually, that's how law functions. But this is like, if it is invisible, if it is unverifiable, then this seems like a parallel power, parallel to the constitutional setup.
Yes, sir.
Parallel to the political judicial setup. That precisely is the point. That precisely the point that political theory traditionally, everyone please listen, I hope all of you are here. Political theory traditionally has not been able to account for this kind of power, right? Which is unverifiable, invisible, and yet it has a continuous effect, and it has real effects even though it is a fictitious relation. It is like the work of mind and mind, and that's why you see that video that which contains my lecture, the earlier one, not the one I gave today. That one talks about the soul, the particular relationship between soul and body. What is that soul body relationship? Because traditionally we think that the soul is trapped in the body. Right? That's what we think. Like say in the spiritual whatever thing, that a great soul is trapped in the body. You know of people doing deha tyag bolte hai na? Like how did Swami Vivekananda die?
Yes.
Huh? Deha tyag bolte hai na? Like say you don't say some of these great saints, no, you don't say that they died. Did Kabir die? No, he didn't die. What did he do? He went into samadhi. That means the soul, his great soul, has now become one with the cosmos. Earlier, when he was living, the soul was trapped in the body. So that's a traditional notion, you might say, even though it's difficult to think of Kabir in traditional terms because Kabir means a break of tradition, but that's a separate story. Kabir or, Sant Ravidas or someone. But Foucault is saying it's not the soul which is trapped in the body, but the body which is trapped in the soul. You see? The body is trapped in the soul. शरीर, स्थूल शरीर बोलते हैं ना, स्थूला शरीर जो है ये आत्मा में कैद है. तो मोक्ष जिसको बोलते हैं, मोक्ष बोलते हैं ना, मोक्ष आत्मा का नहीं, शरीर का होना चाहिए. वो पलट रहा है चीजों को. क्यों? How can he say this? Because in terms of the disciplinary mechanism of power, the work on the body, work on the things and all that distribution, that concerted distributions of bodies, things, materials and all that is actually effected through a fictitious relation, which is unverifiable. So it's like the work of a mind on all these real things. So it's like, so the body has a lot of possibilities, immense possibilities, immense, potentialities, but this disciplinary mechanism of power, which is more like a mind working on something or a soul working on something, entraps it and doesn't allow all those possibilities. So yeah, of course, we are referring to what is called the philosophy of Anens, which goes back to the philosopher Spinoza. That's the Spinozoist notion. So later, if you read more, you will discover this. But that's where Foucault is. Foucault is also very close to not just Spinoza, but also Nietzsche, right? You guys might have seen it here and there about this. So that's the thing. Yeah. Anything else?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anything else? Are we running short of time? Is the time over for the class? No, I think we have some time, right? क्या time हो रहा है?
Sir,
Okay, we have
right
some time.
now it's 12. We still have some time. We have
Yeah.
20-30 minutes left.
Yeah. Anything else? This is the time to ask. Please go ahead. And please, वो जो YouTube का link भेजा था, political theory वाला, critical traditions in political theory वाला, सबको मिला वो, सबने देखा उसको?
हाँ सर, मिल गया है.
हाँ, ये थोड़ा तुम लोग उसको देखो. स्पिनोजा का मैंने रेफरेंस दिया, वो भी देखो. कमेंट्स में बोलो. हाँ, ये सब वहां पे आप डिबेट कर सकते हो. और उसको सब्सक्राइब भी करो भाई. आर यू गाइस
हो गया है
सब्सक्राइबिंग टू
सर.
इट? या, प्लीज सब्सक्राइब. रापुंगा, सत्यम कुमार, आर यू देयर?
हाँ सर.
Satyam. अच्छा, one is Satyam. There is another
Yes,
Satyam
sir.
Kumar है. कहाँ है सत्यम
Yes, sir.
कुमार?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Saurya Mishra.
Yes, sir. I am here.
Okay, Saurya Mishra.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, are you following the lecture?
Yes, sir. I'm going through the reading.
That's very good. Sanjeev Gujjar. Sanjeev.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning,
हो रहा
sir.
है काम? पढ़ाई हो रहा है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sanjeev, where are you? Are you in Delhi? Are you in this from connecting from Delhi?
No, outside Delhi, sir. MP, Gwalior.
MP, Gwalior.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you go to that fort there. सिंधिया का फोर्ट है वहाँ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ, अच्छा देखिए, अभी फूको का पैनोप्टिकन का बात कर रहे हैं. अगर हम ये कहते हैं आपको, जो फोर्ट्स वगैरह जो होता है हिंदुस्तान में, बहुत सारा फोर्ट है. आपका लाल किला है, आगरा फोर्ट है, रणथंभौर का फोर्ट है. राजस्थान से कोई है यहाँ? Anyone from Rajasthan here? So all these forts, also you can say, okay, let's study the fort. ठीक है, बेंथम ने एक पैनोप्टिकॉन का एक दिया है कॉन्सेप्ट. आप फोर्ट को भी देख सकते हैं. अभी जो जो अभी 26 जनवरी को जो बेचारे पुलिस वाले सब वो गिर गिर के वहां से नहीं हुआ लाल किला का इसमें, है? वो जहां गिरे वो क्या है, वो इट्स लाइक अ मोट. पूरा किला का पूरा चारों तरफ वो होता है ना, ताकि दुश्मन आए तो अंदर जा ना पाए. तो वो बहुत एक तरह का मोट होता है, चारों तरफ घिरा हुआ. वो तो बाहर के तरफ हुआ, लेकिन आप अंदर जाते हैं, लाल किला के अंदर जाते हैं, तो आपको उस टाइम का महल वगैरह मिलता है. उसका अरेंजमेंट देखिए आप. उसको भी स्टडी कर सकते हैं. आप पैनोप्टिकॉन को लेके आप मॉल्स को भी देख सकते हैं. अभी somebody is done this one article which I think I should share with you guys. That article is about the about Amazon as the panopticon. You see, Amazon is like a panopticon. Amazon is everywhere, right? It's like they know what you want. They give you suggestions. There's a pop-ups coming on your phone all the time. You're constantly, you don't want to be watched, and yet you are being watched. You can't escape it. You see?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Sir,
Even
it's
if you
Google, I
switch off
think.
your phone, you're still being watched, Or take, for example, the school system, the school. I think in North Campus yesterday, I was telling these guys that look at the creative learning schools, creative learning schools. होता है ना, creative learning schools, पता है ना, ये सब जो fancy अच्छे schools है आजकल. If you go to a government school, maybe teacher वगैरह पीटते हैं. आजकल तो खैर government school में भी टीचर पीटना बंद कर दिए. पिटाई विटाई होता था ना पहले के जमाने में.
हाँ सर.
सर टीचर मारते थे बहुत दबा के स्टूडेंट्स को. आजकल तो मारने से तो केस लग जाता है.
Yes, sir. In our time.
हाँ,
Yes, sir.
मुझे
हमारे
पिटाई पड़ा
समय
है
में.
भाई, बहुत मार पड़ता था मुझे. और लेकिन
गांव
आप
में सर
देखोगे,
भी होता है.
हाँ,
कौन
तो वो
मारता था आपको?
टीचर बहुत मारते थे. हम भी बहुत बदमाशी करते थे, तो टीचर बहुत पीटते थे. तो वो लेकिन डिसिप्लिनरी मैकेनिज्म में नहीं है वो. डिसिप्लिनरी मैकेनिज्म में तो आपको साइकोलॉजिकल काउंसलिंग होता है, क्यों आप शरारत कर रहे हैं. और मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है वो साइकोलॉजिकल काउंसलिंग करते हैं. आज के स्कूल में साइकोलॉजिकल काउंसलिंग शुरू हुआ है. आपको नौकरी भी चाहिए ना, तो साइकोलॉजिकल काउंसलिंग का कोर्स कीजिए, तो ये मिल जाएगा भाई. बच्चे बदमाशी किया है, उसको 1-2 थप्पड़ मारो. फिर उसको बाद में प्यार तो होता ही है. टीचर बहुत प्यार करते थे, लेकिन पिटाई भी करते थे. लेकिन आजकल तो वो नहीं है. आजकल तो पूरा आपको
अब सर बोलते हैं
एक
हाउ डेयर यू.
हाँ, हाउ डेयर यू, हाँ, और पूरा उसको बच्चे को पूरा साइकोलॉजिकली उसको उससे बात करके, हाँ, उसको पूरा उसका पूरा दिल जीत लेना है, उसको पूरा एनालाइज करना है। इतना मतलब जिस ढंग से मतलब लोग आजकल कुछ भी खाना भी खाते हैं ना, तो वो सोचते हैं कि यार मैं ये खाऊंगा तो मेरा पेट निकल जाएगा, हाँ? मतलब इतना लोग कुछ भी एंजॉय नहीं कर पाते हैं, हाँ? कुछ इस टाइप का हो गया, मतलब सेल्फ रेगुलेशन एक तरह का, जो ये सब जिम का कल्चर है, ये सब डाइटिंग का कल्चर है, ये भी तो वही है ना, फूको जो कह रहे हैं ना, ये जिम और डाइटिंग भी तो वही है। ये सेल्फ रेगुलेशन है, माइन्यूट सेल्फ रेगुलेशन, वो जो टैक्टिकल पार्टीशनिंग दैट फूको वाज सेइंग, नो, the tactical partition, meticulous tactical partitioning is what people are doing, man. Though you take your food and then you see, okay, how much of protein is there, how much carbohydrate, how much calcium, how much fat. अरे भाई, घी का डब्बा खरीदो, घी खाओ दबा के, अब उसमें कितना कार्बोहाइड्रेट मिल रहा है, कितना कैलोरी मिल रहा है, और वो कैलकुलेट करके आज मुझे इससे ज्यादा कैलोरी नहीं खाना है। तो ये जो पूरा सेल्फ रेगुलेशन का भी जो चक्कर है, Foucault is hinting at that, and that is the panopticon. We are already living the panopticon. You know, it doesn't exist elsewhere. That's why I gave you examples from close home, the colonies and all that in Delhi and elsewhere. Huh? Right? You go to a doctor, doctor will क्या करता है डॉक्टर? बस 10 तरह का टेस्ट दे देता है। हाँ? टेस्ट देते हैं कि नहीं डॉक्टर? परेशान हो जाते हैं लोग। आप लोगों को पता है ना ये सब बात?
हाँ सर।
क्या करता है
यस सर।
डॉक्टर, बताइए?
यस सर। अगर सर अपने पेट में कुछ बताया तो बोला KFC कराओ, LFT कराओ,
हाँ,
क्या
MRI
क्या
कराओ,
बोलते थे, MRI कराओ।
एंजियोग्राफी
ये
कराओ,
तो
यानी कि आपका अंदर से
डराते हैं
पूरा
सर।
मॉड्यूलेट कर रहे हैं ना आपको, अंदर से मॉड्यूलेट कर रहे हैं आपको। हाँ, अभी कोरोना वैक्सीन है, वैक्सीन मैं तो नहीं ले रहा हूँ भाई, आप लोग ले रहे हैं कि किसी ने वैक्सीन लिया है इस क्लास में?
नो सर।
अभी नहीं
अभी
सर।
कहाँ मिल गया।
आपके घर में किसी का लिया है, किसी ने किसी का घर में, एनी फैमिली मेंबर?
नो सर।
Yes, sir. So,
सर आपने क्यों नहीं लिया?
मैं तो अब हेल्थ वर्कर हूँ नहीं, लेकिन आई नो समवन फ्रॉम माय फैमिली, माय कजिन, शी इज टेकन बिकॉज शी वर्क्स इन हॉस्पिटल। हाँ, तो लोग लेते हैं, बट दैट इज द थिंग, दिस इज एन एंटायर thing that is working. So I'll try to see if I can find this this thing on this particular reading, this particular reading on the panopticon, which is compared to the Amazon, and I'll just see if I can get it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think I have it here. Okay. Okay, just see if you can see this on the screen. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
आपको
Yes,
दिख रहा है? हाँ,
Yes, sir.
तो इसमें just have a, yeah, so those of you, just in case you're unable to see this, this is an article by Nada El Nahala from Carleton University. It's called From the Panopticon to Amazon Go, an overview of surveillance in retailing. So I'll just flash this here on the screen. Is this visible? Big Brother isn't watching.
Yes.
He's singing and dancing. So just have a look at it. I'll just join you in a minute.